the four of us in here. Sorry for walking in front of your camera.
No, it's all good. I got you too.
All right, cool. Yeah, tonight's been an interesting night. It's the first night in a long time that I knew I drank too much too damn fast. So I just had to run over to Jimmy John's and get some bread in my system, and that's what I did. Very interesting story, man. Very interesting. Gallagher thinks I bombed. So yeah, the other night I was dancing to Elton John in the kitchen, and I looked over at my microwave. I thought, if I look hard enough at this microwave, I might make a banquet pie appear. And not a chicken pot pie or beef pot pie or pot pie, but like wild berry or some shit like that. And then I remembered I had it in my freezer, and then I did math. I put it in the microwave, and then I talked about it on stage. And when I got home, I realized I didn't even eat the fucking pie. Like, I bragged about it like I was the shit the last time I was on stage. But you know what the sweet deal was? I reheated that fucking pie, and I ate it then, and it felt like a celebratory pie. The fucking Ghost Hunters. I'm waiting for a time when there's a Ghost Hunters episode where it's actually another person in the house that wasn't supposed to be there. Like a fucking robber or something. So the one time they're like, what was that? And it's like, put your fucking hands up. And they're like, this is too real. I know this is reality TV, but this is too real. Anyways, fucking sriracha. If you want to attract girls on Tinder, pose with a bottle of sriracha. It's been working lately. I've been attracting a lot of hipster chicks. Of course, none of them ever reply to me, and those who do don't actually meet the times they set up or anything. So, hipster time. All about that life. Yeah, shit. Jeffrey Dahmer. Anyone know who that is? Alright, I'm doing this again. I'm doing it better this time. I'm going ham this time.
Practicing, man.
Yes. Alright, and I used to have friends in Johnson City, and they were like, dude, we worry about you. We worry that you're like undercover or secretly like CIA or FBI. Because I was so chill and people just didn't understand. They just were suspicious naturally. I mean, one of my best friends, his father was in special ops, so that's not a surprise. And he was like, man, I worry that we're going to come over here one day and you're going to be like, yeah, I'm like into Jeffrey Dahmer and stuff, and he got worried about me and stuff, but nobody left that party, just limbs. Okay, Jeffrey Dahmer like cut people up and then put them in the freezer. He was a serial killer, but he got killed in '94 by like another inmate after getting locked up. So like my theory on why it didn't do well at the last show was that like the people who laughed at it were too young to know who he was, and the people who knew who he was didn't think it was funny. Because they were like too old to be like, serial killer, fuck. No. So, Natural Born Killer, speaking of which, I discovered that movie in 2009. Juliette Lewis, I immediately, ooh, yeah. But, so, like, my dad knows me watching it a lot because it was showing a lot on TV, and he got all nervous and stuff. And, like, I think it was probably the parents' murder scene that made him a little bit nervous. But I'm not sure. I might have to like go back and think about that for a minute. I tried to tell him it's a great romance story, a great love story, and he wouldn't sit down and listen. So My Morning Jacket announced today that they're releasing a new album in May. I know I've got another couple months at least. Okay, that's a fucked up suicide joke. Yeah, it's not that funny, but I'm sick as fuck sometimes. So a police officer pulled pulled over an overweight man in like a military costume. Oh, shut up! Stop judging me, Gallagher. In a military costume, and he looked like he might be in his 60s or something. So he said, "Sir, were you a nom-nom?" Yeah. I told it a second time in public. Now I can't be like, I can't believe I fucking told that in public, guys. Because I did it deliberately this time. Like, that was just some intentional, premeditated shit. So, I'm an introvert, so extroversion for me is like a Pokemon bar. You know how it whittles down and they faint? That's how it is for me as an introvert. Like, and I gotta know when I'm at 10 HP. I gotta know, okay, it's time to call the Uber and run. Because another person coming up to me might look like a wild so-and-so attacked. It's not a fucking attack, they're just trying to talk. But introvert's mind makes it like, fuck, I gotta get out of here, man. This shit's too intense. So, I might be autistic, but I miss too many social cues to know. I haven't told that one in so many months, but it's so true. I can't fucking pay attention to my behavior and watch it because I don't know when I'm behaving a certain way unless someone's really mad at me and really blunt and starts telling me, dude, you're being a dick, or dude, you're being too big-hearted, whatever. So Facebook is like Pavlov's dog taken to the media. Pavlov conditioned his dog with the bell so that every time the bell rang, the dog would expect a treat. Now, Facebook dings when you get a notification. It dings when they message you. And now, you know, we're all fucking conditioned to jump a little bit when Facebook dings. Okay, not all of us, but I am. And it's the same thing, operant conditioning. I think that's what it was called. Holy shit, I remembered something from school. I cannot fucking believe that. I was only in college for 6 years at like 4 different schools. I mean, I would hope I remember something. Like, I left school because I declared myself as an English major after like being an art major briefly. And I reached a point where I could no longer open books.
Hey, you got a minute left.
All right, thank you. And I felt like that wasn't a good formula for being an English major. Hey, what are we going to talk? Oh yeah, Hendrix and Morrison. So Hendrix and Morrison were playing a concert together in 1968. Hendrix was pretty sober, and Jim Morrison was absolutely shit-faced. You know, yelling fuck around the ass and all sorts of obscenities from the stage. So Morrison's like directing him to the mic and stuff, and you know, giving him pointers and stuff, which brings us to answer the age-old question, which is, Jim Morrison and Jimi Hendrix go to a party. Who's going to be the designated driver? Jimi Hendrix, because he doesn't fuck with crosstown traffic. Thank you, Knoxville. Good night. I'm David Hagel. Lovely to see y'all.